The outside world can be a very difficult place to be. It is so fast, so busy, and there's almost this requirement to be super productive from the moment we wake up to the moment we go to sleep. So naturally, with all this stimuli, anyone can feel overwhelmed, and as highly sensitive people, we can be much more susceptible to this. So how do we navigate all of this chaos and still maintain our calm and sanity? Well, my name is Travis, and I am a mindset coach for sensitive people, helping highly sensitive people get the absolute most out of their gift, and we post regular videos on our channel to do just that. So let's find out the most ideal way to reduce the amount of overwhelm we feel on a daily basis. Let's get into it. So by far, the very best way to be able to deal with feelings of overwhelm and anxiety and stress because of these busy lives is to have a very solid morning routine, one that prepares our minds properly for the chaos of our days. Now, according to one study or one article that was written in the National Geographic magazine, it said this, which made an interesting point to just how this affects our minds. It said that exposure to loud noise can cause high blood pressure, heart disease, sleep disturbances, and stress. These health problems can affect all age groups, especially children. Many children who live near noisy airports or streets have been found to suffer from stress and other problems such as impairments in memory, attention level, and reading skill. There was another article as well that was fascinating that was posted by science.org, and I'll just quote a little section of what it says there. It says, exposure to prolonged or excessive noise has been shown to cause a range of health problems ranging from stress, poor concentration, productivity losses in the workplace, and communication difficulties and fatigue from lack of sleep, to more serious issues such as cardiovascular disease, cognitive impairment, and hearing loss. And this is just one form of stimuli. These articles didn't comment on the visual stimuli that we get, and also the stimuli that we have in our minds. We have to think about all the things that need to be done on a typical day, let alone all the other many things that happen in our lives. So this is why it's so important to be able to set our routine right, set our mornings right. So how do we do that? So here's how we start. The first thing we want to do is we want to set our alarms about 30 minutes to an hour earlier than we normally wake up. Now this probably doesn't sound fantastic to begin with, but the reason why I say that is that early mornings are so still and so quiet, and we want to basically organize our morning routine around the stillness and quietness to get our minds off to the very best start. So here's what you do with this extra time that you have. When you first wake up, we want to allocate the first 10 to 15 minutes to just allowing our minds to adjust to the day. So just adjust to waking up. If we've been asleep for anywhere between 6 to 8 hours, depending on what time you went to bed, and our mind's been at rest, hopefully, if you had a good sleep. So we want to transition our minds from being in the state of rest to waking up. And so when you first wake up and your alarm first goes off, simply switch it off, don't hit snooze, don't do any of that, and just give yourself 10 to 15 minutes where you just either sit in bed or lay in bed with your eyes open or closed, it doesn't really matter, and you're just trying to be still, be calm, not think about anything. And we certainly want to avoid checking our phones, checking social media, thinking about work or planning the day to come. We don't want to do any of that. We want to just let our minds be. And if you do find your mind start to wander or or go down this road of planning or doing or wanting to engage with the day, what you can do is you can instead just bring it back gently and then focus on things that you're grateful for, or just focus on what a blessing this morning is, because remember, there's no day that is guaranteed, and the fact that you've woken up today is a gift and a blessing. So just ground yourself for 10 minutes or so, just focusing on that. It's a much gentler transition for our mind, and it does set our minds up perfectly. So what do we do going from there? Alright, so now while it's still quiet and the morning is still fresh, now is the ample time to do some very basic meditation. So this just takes it to a little bit further. So we want to allocate about 15 to 20 minutes just meditating. And what I would recommend is if you can do this outside, and it's even better. You don't have to do it outside, but there's just something magical about the early morning air before the world wakes up, and it's nice and crisp and the air is clean, and you just sit outside. It is so peaceful. So what I'd recommend is find a quiet spot, whether that's outside or inside, and get comfortable. And I'll definitely recommend doing the sitting up. Try to do it out of your bed if you can, and just sit there with your eyes closed. And again, don't think about anything in particular. Just focus on being still and silent, enjoying the silence, enjoying the stillness. We just want to focus on anything that's outside of our mind. So just listen for the sounds you can hear. Feel the things around you, start feeling different elements of your body, and just focus on relaxing your body from the head down to the toes. So focus on relaxing your face and your jaw, relaxing your neck, your shoulders, your arms, and just work your way down your body. And just by consciously focusing on that, we're getting ourselves out of our minds. And that means our minds are getting the nice break that they absolutely deserve, but also it gives them the opportunity to then function at their peak. So that is the second step. But what can we do after that to even better this morning routine? So once you've done meditating for about 20 minutes or so, and no doubt you're feeling nice and calm, nice and at peace, hopefully, that's the goal. What we really want to do then is we want to start bringing our body into it. So we want to wake up our body a little bit, but we want to do an activity that still doesn't involve our mind too much. So we can keep our mind nice and calm, nice and neutral, but we can move our body. And there's a lot of things we can do in this. You can start off by doing something traditional, like going for a walk or doing some exercise, and that's amazing, especially if you can do this outside, because then you can continue to enjoy the fresh morning air. If that's not a possibility for you, another great step is to do things like make your bed or just clean up your living environment. So what I like to do in days where I can't go outside, if it's raining heavily or something like that, I will go and I'll clean the dishes from the night before. I'll just tidy up my kitchen, tidy up my bed, so I'll make my bed, tidy up my living area, go and tidy my office, something like that. So these kind of activities are fantastic because they are moving the body, they're engaging the body, but they're not really engaging the mind, right? I also, on most days, will do a form of exercise, but doing something that moves your body, engages your body, but doesn't engage your mind is just a really, really good next step from there. So going from there, we're setting ourselves up for a really, really great morning routine. What else can we do? What else can we do that really helps kind of set the tone for the day? Well, there's one other tip that I would love to pass on to you. All right, the next thing that I really recommend, and this makes a big difference for me, is once you've woken up your mind gently with meditation, you've engaged your body. Now you've probably got a little bit more energy. You're feeling a bit more awake and alive. Now's a really good time, to do something nice for someone. So a simple act of generosity, and there's so many things. You can maybe go and make a coffee for your partner, or you can feed your pets, right? You can massage your pet, play with your pet for a little bit, or you can put some money aside and you can build up and give that money to charity, right? This is a great opportunity to think about someone else, and this is good because this still gets you out of your head thinking about yourself, thinking about how you're feeling, how you're overwhelmed, and it gets you thinking about someone else in an act of generosity. And this act of giving has an amazing effect on our bodies, amazing effect on our mind, and it absolutely sets the tone for a wonderful day to come. Once you've done that, I definitely would recommend always having breakfast every single day. We do need to fuel our body, and especially our nervous system and our mind needs to be fueled as well. And then from there, then you can begin to plan your day and engaging with your day a little bit more. But ideally, we're keeping our minds from doing that for as long as possible. So by following that morning routine, if you wake up, you spend a little bit of time adjusting, you meditate, you go and move your body for anywhere between 15 to 20 minutes or more if you have time. You do something nice. Basically, we've delayed really engaging our mind and all of the stressful stuff for over an hour, and that's just wonderful for the brain. And your brain is then now ready. You've exercised, you've done all this stuff, your brain is much more prepared to take on the day at hand, and you'll find that you'll be so much more productive, so much more just energized and ready to go. You also won't feel so overwhelmed by the multitude of things that we have to deal with on a daily basis as well. It's absolutely amazing. Guys, that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you get a lot out of the morning routine. Please comment what you do in your morning routine. Comment if you tried anything from this morning routine that you found beneficial as well. But guys, also if you enjoyed this content, remember we make a lot of content for highly sensitive people, specifically to truly maximize the gift that we have, because high sensitivity is a gift, even though it doesn't always feel like it. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to our channel. We post regular content in order to help you out as much as we can, and I absolutely love doing it. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and I cannot wait to catch you on the next one.